Hey there, Tracy here. I hope you're well today. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make these fun cookie toppers for our December 2025 giveaway hop. And I will have everything you need to know in the description box below for the giveaway so that you can click that link and enter to win a $25 gift card from Not Too Shabby Shop. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so hello again. Here we go. So I'm going to be using some of the sentiment stamps here, the smaller ones like the XOXO, and I'm going to be using the Valentine mice paper. And I took one of these out and I cut each one of these out, fussy cut, because we're going to be making cookie gift toppers. So I've got 9 pieces of I don't know, baker's twine, about 14 inches long. I've got 9 of these. They're about 4 1/4 by however tall. I've got some ephemera, and then I've chosen papers here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut my paper down to about 4 5/8, or 4 3/8, I should say. It's a little more than 4 1/4 by 3. And so I'll get 2 per 6 by 6 piece of paper. And then I'll go ahead and score that at 1 1/2, which is halfway through, and fold each one of these in half. And that's going to be the topper for the bags. I'll just go ahead and score this. And then I'm just going to show you, I'm going to put one together here without cookies and just kind of getting the measurements. And the reason for that is so I know what size to make my cookies. Not that I ever make them uniformly, but you know what I mean. So this is going to fold down like so. And then we're going to punch holes. So I'll punch one over here. And you want to make sure and remove that little extra piece of plastic that may not come off in your punch. You don't want that anywhere near your cookies or anything else. Your throat, those other things. Besides that, they'll be in the way when you try to push your string through. So that goes simply like that, and then we'll take our piece of string and I'll string it up through both sides. So depending on what the front and back is, and we don't have to decide that right now, but in some cases you will, because the pattern is kind of directional. So with the directional pattern, you'll want to make sure that the right direction is on the right side. So we're just going to tie a little bow here. I don't need a giant bow. You could use any kind of string you want, but I really like the looks of this black and white baker's twine. It's kind of a favorite of mine. So I'm going to grab out some of this ephemera that I cut out. And you could use the little ephemera, the Critters ephemera pack too if you wanted to. But I wanted to fussy cut these mice. I wanted them to be kind of themed and all the same. So I'll just glue this guy down. And then I'm going to need a sentiment, so I think I'm going to do the Be Mine. And I'll go ahead and stamp that on white paper. And you could stamp it on any color you wanted. But I'm just going with white because I do want to make sure that I pull in enough of the black and enough of the white. So I'll stamp it with black ink, and I'll just stamp that with some VersaFine Clair in Nocturne. And maybe give it a couple of stamps because it's not been used before. And then I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to grab my my little heart-shaped punch. I'm going to get that stuffed in there if I can. It's a little tight on one end. You could use a die. You could make this any shape you want, but since I have my punch, I'm going to use it. I'm just going to punch out that little sentiment. And it's going to get stuck down right here. Now all I'm going to do is just add a little ephemera to it. I mean a little bit of bling, not even bling, basically clay bits and sparkly things. And add whatever you want or don't add. Again, entirely up to you. So I'm just going to make little dots of glue where I want my bling. And then I will lay it down. So let's do this one here. That works. Let's do this another little heart one over here. And let's see, what do we want over here? Let's go with a little clay heart. And we'll put a little clay heart over here. So that's one done without the cookies inside, but it's much easier to do once the cookies are in. So what is going to happen is I'm going to go off camera, and 4 hours later I'll be back with a batch of cookies, and I'm making oatmeal chocolate chip, and I'll leave my recipe down below just for fun. So that's what the empty bag looks like, and you could put anything in there, treats, whatever, candy, tea bags, hot chocolate, whatever. So I am going to put on some gloves here. And listen, I struggle getting these stupid gloves on, especially since I just washed my hands. But anyway, gloves are on, and I'm stuffing 2 cookies per bag, and I've gotten a total of 9 bags. And once I get my cookies stuffed in, and listen, friends, I just want you to know I did test these for poison, and there's nothing wrong with them. I may have tested all the ugly ones. Because, at least I'm not a perfect baker. Sometimes mine come out ugly. So what I'm going to do is pull the little backer sticker off of here. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this one down. And just make sure that it's stuck down. Now these would be fun to take to a craft fair or something on a specific, this would be obviously Valentine's Day. Just trying to get this on here straight, because I got a little overzealous there. And it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered, so I don't know why I'm fussing with it, but never mind. Oh, because I'm using the one that I already made. So this is why it's a better idea to make them after you have the cookies in them. But I wanted to demo, so there's that. So we'll go ahead and match up my holes again and push my string through. Let's make sure that my hole is matched up there. Try and tuck that in. We're not going to worry about tucking it in. Not that huge of a deal. So I'll pull it through one side and then match up my holes again. See, if you had already had the cookies in there, you wouldn't have to do all this, but that's okay. I'll do a second one with cookies in so you can see. And then I'll just go ahead and pull my string through here, and I'm just going to grab my little pinchy tweezers and grab it from the other side and pull it through. And then we'll tie that in a bow. And it doesn't have to be a super tight bow, just a bow, it's just a decoration. But it sure elevates your cookies. So if you were to give these to somebody, 2 of those is plenty. Trust me, they are super rich. Use a whole cup of butter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do one with the cookies in it on camera. Then I'll do the rest of them off camera because, you've seen one, you've seen them all. So much easier to do with the cookies inside. Put my topper on. So yeah, at a craft fair, you could probably get, I don't know, $3 or $4 for something like this. And it really, making the cookies for me is a labor of love because I don't cook downstairs in our big stove. I have sort of like, you might consider it a studio apartment upstairs. It's basically the hugest bedroom in the house with 2 closets. It's a big bedroom. And I have all the cooking facilities in there in a small scale. So I have a toaster oven that I bake the cookies in. So I can only bake 3 cookies at a time. So it took me a minute to cook all these cookies. But it's so cold downstairs, I just don't want to go down there. We have a tri-level house, and it's kind of weird because it's hard to heat the downstairs. And not only that, I don't like going down there, and I won't go into that, but I just prefer my space up here. I've got two rooms plus a bathroom that nobody comes in unless they're invited. And so I like that. So back to my story anyway. The cookies themselves, just to mention the recipe, I went on a hunt for chocolate chips that don't have soy lecithin in them. And it's not that huge of a deal. It's not like I eat them every single day, but I really wanted some real food. So I found some, and I'll list them, that are made with chocolate liqueur and cacao and, all natural ingredients. and they are in chunks. So these are oatmeal chocolate chunk cookies. So we'll go ahead and get the little cinnamon on here. And then find my ephemera here, or my clay bits. And I'll choose some clay bits to put down on here. And you can see how fairly easy these are to make. The hardest part is getting those holes poked. But it'd be a fun thing to have at your craft fair booth. It might be the best seller. Especially if you have these and it is Valentine's Day. Let's see, let's put a couple more little pieces here or there. We'll do one up here, one over here, one over here, one over here, and I think I'll put the little sparkly bits. Just so it's got a little bit of sparkle and shine. And, I mean, they're obviously inexpensive to make, except for the butter. But if you make your own butter, it's a little bit cheaper. And there we go. There's our cookie treat bag. Now I'll go and finish the rest of these off camera, and I'll be back to show you the final product. Okay, so here we go. I've got these all fancy in a little basket here. And here are all the little different pieces of ephemera that I had fussy cut from the 6x6 sheet of paper. And I have 9 total, because there are 9 on there. So 18 cookies. So I hope you like the video. I know you want the cookies. Let's get these all prettied up here. Here they are, kind of more up close. So everything's in the description box below, the recipe for the cookies and the names of the papers and the links. And if you like the video, please leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hop along with all the rest of the hoppers and show everybody your love. Leave comments, all the YouTube things. Thank you so much for coming by my channel. Really do appreciate you, and I hope you have a marvelous day. Take care. Bye-bye.